In a quiet town surrounded by rolling hills and fields, there lived a carpenter named Thomas. Thomas was known throughout the town for his skill and dedication. For over 40 years, he had built homes, crafted furniture, and poured his heart into every piece he created. He was a man of precision and pride, someone who believed that every nail, every joint, and every board mattered. But the years passed, and Thomas grew older. His hands, once steady and strong, had begun to feel the weight of all those years of work. He felt ready to retire, to set down his tools and spend his days in peace. Thomas dreamed of long, lazy afternoons by the lake, evenings with his grandchildren, and quiet, restful days without deadlines or demands. Just as he was preparing to say goodbye to his workshop, his boss, Mr. Andrews, approached him with a special request. Mr. Andrews was not only his boss, but his friend and mentor, the one who had believed in him from the start. With a warm smile, Mr. Andrews said, "Thomas, I know you're ready to retire, but before you go, I have one last job for you, one more house." Thomas's heart sank. He didn't want to take on another project, not now, not when he'd already made up his mind to leave it all behind. But he respected Mr. Andrews too much to refuse. And so, with a small sigh, he agreed. "All right," he thought, "one last house, and then I'm free." But as he set to work, something was different. Thomas's heart just wasn't in it. Unlike all the other homes he'd built with passion and care, he found himself cutting corners. He used cheaper materials, thinking, it's just one more house. Where he used to measure and check every detail, he shrugged it off. "Good enough," he muttered, letting small imperfections slide. The walls went up quickly, the finishing touches left rough and incomplete. He didn't take the time to sand the wood, didn't bother with the small, careful details that had always made his work stand out. Weeks passed, and at last, the house was finished. It looked decent from the outside, but Thomas knew what lay beneath the surface, the cracks, the shortcuts, the cheap fixes. It wasn't his best work, not by a long shot. Finally, the day came to hand over the keys. Thomas expected a quick thank you, maybe a handshake and a farewell. But instead, Mr. Andrews held out the keys with a gentle smile. "Thomas," he said, "this house is my gift to you. It's your retirement present, a place for you to enjoy all the peace and rest you've earned." Thomas stared at the keys in shock. He looked at the house, suddenly feeling every flaw, every shortcut, every corner he had cut. This was the home he would live in, the home that was supposed to be his reward, his refuge. And he had built it without care, without pride, without the dedication he was known for. At that moment, Thomas realized a powerful truth. Every task we undertake is a reflection of ourselves. When we cut corners, when we hold back, when we don't give our best, we're only shortchanging ourselves. And now, he would live every day in a house that was the product of his own choices. So, the next time you're faced with a task, no matter how small, remember Thomas and his final project. Every job, every effort is a chance to show the best of yourself. Because in the end, the work you do is more than just a job. It's a mirror reflecting who you are and the pride you take in what you create.